Alright, good morning everybody. Welcome back to the show. I am your charming self-proclaimed yet still humble host, Mukluk. Today we are back in Enshrouded. And last time, we fought a big dragon who was really cheesy. And then we got really cheesy. Not really by intent, but he bugged out and then he just sat there and let us kill him. However, it was kind of a wake-up call of what the future may hold in our journeys in Enshrouded. And we got to, increase our stockpile of useful things. Because every time we would die on the fight and try again, like, I don't mind die, try again, die, try again. I play Souls-likes. However, in this game, you need a new food buff, you need more potions, like, your consumables are not replenished when you die, try again. So, since the last time off stream, I did a little bit of stuff. To upgrade the flame again, we need a bunch of wolfsbane. I had to Google where that was. It was apparently a small flower in the mountain region, which I had passed 1,000 times. I went, I found one, I planted a bunch in here, and starting to multiply it because we need like 60 of them. Are these ready, by the way? Hold on, 3 out of 3. While I'm holding the watering can, it shows me if they're fully grown. Okay, so some of them are. Okay, so we got those. So we can find more, but if I can just, like, replenish, use this to multiply them, that's fine, too. So, let's see. Wolf's Bane. There it is. Alright, there we go. So that'll make more seedlings. Even a garden gnome. Yeah, the game gives you a garden gnome. The other thing is potions. I want to have enough potions that I never have to think about, like, oh no, I'm using up my potions, So, working on that as well. So to make healing potions, there's many different sizes of healing potions, but this one is pretty painless. So as you can see here, we need a bunch of purple berries, honey, water, and chamomile. Honey involves growing sugarcane, turning that into sugar and giving it to the bees. Purple berries and chamomile just means, planting a whole bunch of them. So I'm just going to do that. I just made like 20. And next thing is bandages. Do I already have a full... I've already got a full stack of bandages, so that's fine. Alright, so come back down here. Let's see. Where was the heal potion box? Was that this one? That was this one. Alright, so put those in there. And we got some wool and some rocks. Take the wool over here. Another thing we're going to need more of is meat. We're going to need some more meat. Also, looking at this, we could go to cooked food if we wanted, but it's going to depend on if we are going to be staying in the cold area. What was this stuff? Hold on, let me get... While the watering can's in your hand, we could see it. These are berry bushes. Okay. So these were berries for healing potions. And these are yucca palms. I forget what these were for. There was something I needed yuccas for. But that's what those are for. Alright, so if we need more meat, that is going to mean more yaks. I did a little bit of that off stream here, which means expanding their area and putting down more beds so they can multiply more. So with that, hold on, let's do this. And upgrade this one. So we need to give them more space to do their thing. Let's see. Where is the hammer? Hammer is here. And... Okay, there was like a pit there in the ground a second ago. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so I could like mine out the wall, but I think this method is easier. As long as it's within your area, you can use the building tool and just say, oh, unbuild that, even if it's like a natural wall. And you can use this to, like, get rid of stuff. Plus, it doesn't use any stamina. Hi, Neof. And then we can flatten the ground out again after. I wonder if this also gives them shelter, if they're underneath this rocky bit. You know what might be kind of funny is to put like one little pole right here, like it holds up the mountain. So we're gonna get a lot of this out of the way and put down a whole bunch of beds for the yaks to multiply. And that gives us wool. I don't know if we even need more wool, but that gives us wool, and also we can occasionally kill the yak for a bunch of meat. I do wish you could, like, scale the size of this thing that I'm clicking on right now. I wish I could make this larger, but I don't know a way to do that. Okay. Oh, there's another one. Alright, let's... Alright, and then I'm just going to use this to flatten it out. Okay, there's like a bump there or something. Okay, that fixes that. Alright. So, that's good for now. Let's get more yak beds. Muck, I did the first elixir roll yesterday, managed to bug out the thunder brute by getting him stuck, so I was able to chop down the shroud root without him moving, but I wasn't able to kill him because any damage done to him kept getting removed when he roared. So, it checked off that the quest was done, but I have to go back and do the well again, actually kill him and get his head. Yeah, I had a bugged dragon yesterday. So, I hear ya. What was I doing? Yak beds. Alright, so as I understand it, the animals will multiply if there are more beds for them to do so. Alright, and then yak food is fine. Alright. So that should allow us to get more yaks. I did not mean to do that. I wish the pet button was not the same. Like, it's the same button for pet and collect wool and pick up. I wish these were different. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. And I'm going to put him over here. Do that. And so we get some meat and some bones. So that's what we get when we take one of those out. Since this is EA, do you get periodic updates as they work on bugs? Yes. I played this game 2 years ago, and it was a lot of fun, and I'm playing it again right now, and often when I play games in EA, I just play, you know, for a while, and then I'm like, alright, that's pretty cool, I'm gonna wait till they, you know, release the whole thing, but I'm having so much fun this time that I really just don't want to put it down, so, you know, here I am, many hours later. Alright, Spain seedlings. Okay, we need to plant these again. Okay. I think these are... Yeah, these are max grown. Yeah, I've heard rumors that they are revisiting, like, designing the combat system in this game. And honestly, I'm fine with the combat in this game. But if they want to have, like, really technical fights, like, for example, the dragon thing that we fought last time, if they want to have more fights like that, then I think it's great that they're doing a redesign on it. Because that was... a lot. It was a lot. You know, I could also expand the fence to go out a little bit more. And then that would give them more space as well. Let's see. I think I've got... Okay, yeah, there's some fences. I'm going to need more, though. Let's see, let's see, let's see. The one? Yeah, that's what I was using. Okay, let's try that. Could also move the well. Don't really need to right now, but it's an option. Alright, we're going to pick this up and move it slightly. This is all the stuff that we gather in this area, and it's in a magic chest, so we can pull from it from anywhere. Alright, so... that for now. Let's see. Mug, if I got my fashion sorted out and I want to, if I got full ascended gear while playing only one character, do I need gold anymore? I mean, is just, it can be useful for, like, if there's just fun stuff you want to get, you know, just legendary crafting, would be a big one, if you're interested at all in that. Can I... Like, legendaries are like a big time sink, that allow you to, you know, do stat changing and stuff on the fly. Wait, what the heck? No! There we go. Alright. There we go. Alright, we will see... I should just leave the beehive in here. The bees and the yaks all get along great. No, I could move this somewhere else. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff in there. Yo, Muck, what games are you streaming this week? We are working on this, you know, Guild Wars 2, Mutiny Monday, Neo 3, and might be starting Resident Evil Requiem. Had quite a few requests for that one. Alright, that's 35, okay, so... All this planted stuff is going to take a while. All right. Can't upgrade that one yet. Mugenics? I've looked at other people play Mugenics, and I honestly wasn't interested. I think I'll pass on that one. Okay. Alright, we'll have this process some wool, just in case we need it later. Alright, so we got a bunch of bandages, got a bunch of heal potions, and we're on our way toward having a bunch more bandages, as well as more meat in case we need it. And another thing is, the last time I played this on stream, the only thing I needed to make upgrades for my gloves and boots was a whole bunch of bug parts, like 50 plus bug parts. I did that. I farmed those off stream too. So I did finish crafting the gloves and boots that go with this set of gear that I'm currently wearing, which are these right here. So that gives us a tiny bit more stats. Okay, so with all that, we need more silver, more malvein, more amethyst, and more sparks. And we know places to get those things. We just have to go get those things. Let's see. Malvein is something crafted here. That's it right there. What am I short on? Shroud Vapor. Okay. Shroud Vapor. I need Enshrouded Ice. And active mycelium. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna eat this, and eat this. And let's see, we're gonna go here. And go get Shrouded Ice. Prismatic, thank you for the Prime. Appreciate you. At Muck, is Neo 3 fun or frustrating? And Paul Jump says, can I buy the last 2 expansions with gems? No. You cannot buy any expansions in Guild Wars 2 with gems, but you can buy Living World Seasons with gems, which are like little mini DLCs. Is Neo 3 fun or frustrating? In my opinion, fun. I'll say the story, as someone who doesn't know the history of Japan, the story doesn't make any sense to me at all. They're like, apparently a lot of the people in the game are named after famous figures. It'd be like, for me, it'd be like if I played a Souls-like and I run into like King Arthur and Napoleon or something. But all of the names, like, I'm not following that at all. But the gameplay, the challenge of the bosses and stuff, I'm having a lot of fun there. I will say my biggest, if I were to pick a negative about Neo 3, would be system bloat. It has, like, sometimes I'll like, unlock a new talent point, and it takes me a minute to figure out where I unlocked it, because there's, like, 57 different things with their own points. There's just so many systems. Thanks, Monkey Rock. You're quite welcome. Laura says, I saw a video yesterday. It was sponsored by WoW New Expansion. I came to know it will have housing now in this X-Pack. Didn't WoW have housing before? Okay, so I haven't been following WoW too closely since I stopped playing it years ago, but it did not have housing when I played it. And I believe it was fairly recent that it got housing at all. So I think it either didn't have housing until... Like, I think it got housing, like, in the last year or something. Key Pulse is annoying in the Neo series. Well, yeah, I never use it. So there's a thing in Neo. In Neo 3, you can do a ninja fighting style or samurai or swap between them like a Guild Wars 2 weapon swap. And the samurai has a thing where, like, let's say you hit on the enemy, and instead of stamina, you use ki. So you hit on him, you wail on him, you dodge, you parry, and you tire yourself out. And there's these little blue motes that are, like, floating around you as you expend stamina, or ki. And then occasionally they flash, and if you hit a button right when they flash, you recollect them, and it, like, instantly refills your ki bar. And then you can go ham again. If you fail to do that, then you can, you just have to wait for it to recharge the slow way. Ninja has different trade-offs, but Ninja does not have that key pulse thing. But it's kind of like a mini game because you are trying to like fight and parry and all this other stuff, but then you're also like trying to play Subway Surfers down in the corner at the same time. I am not great at the key pulse thing. When you play Ninja, you don't have to deal with that, and I've been having more fun with Ninja. Housing came with Midnight early release feature, brand new and well. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'd seen some people talking about it, but I hadn't been following the conversation that close. Alright, so we got a bunch of Enshrouded Ice. Also in here somewhere is silver. I need to find that. I know I've gotten silver in here at some spot. I'm like Ice Beach. Oh, hello. Let's see. Oh, what I meant to do. Whoa! Snuck up behind me. And again. Okay. I believe the largest amount of silver we ever found was down in here. Actually gonna loot all the bugs this time in case we end up needing more of that stuff, since I recently had to go farm 50 of them. Oh god. Shield burrow. Shield guys are annoying. I can kill him. They're annoying, though. Silver ore from one of those boxes. Oh, hang on, what's that? Wait. Speech says, if I subscribe to your Twitch channel, do you still make money from me, quote unquote, when I watch your stream? I think what you're asking is, like, if an ad break plays, Okay, so what you're saying is, like, if everyone watching me is subscribed to me, do I still get money when, like, ads play? I don't think I get money, like, if I play an ad and you're subbed, I don't think I would get anything on your behalf, but I will say, like, if you're subbed to me, that's way more than I would get for the ad, right? Because, like, if you were to subscribe on the Twitch side of things, that's like $5 value usually, right? Depending on the region you're in. Like, I would not make that much from a single person from just ad revenue in a month. Like, that would be more support. I know on what is it? YouTube. There's like YouTube Premium or YouTube Red or whatever it's called. And if you have that, then every time you would like play an ad or whatever, then everyone who has like the premium you'll get paid as if they saw an ad. I think on Twitch, if you've got Turbo, it might work the same way. God, I want to like chain lightning. It seems so bad. Turbo's supposed to give you revenue. Yeah. Yeah, Turbo on Twitch, Premium on Prime. Oh, sorry, Premium on YouTube. I believe those give revenue as if the individual saw an ad, even if they didn't. Is there a guide for Guild Wars 2 Legendary Armor? Along the lines of do this every day, do that once a week, etc. What's up, Samathis? If you do !legend in my chat, it will pull up a link to a webpage of mine that has guides for every single legendary item in the game. That is the biggest thing I can offer you. But if you don't like video guides and you want a written guide, then Guild Gen or just like the wiki can give you like the written stuff. Ragdriel, no S. Thank you. Sure. If you're just starting legendary crafting for the very first time, I recommend Acacia, the legendary gloves from Fractals, because those, you don't spend any resources crafting them other than time. It just gives it to you like an achievement reward. And Season of the Dragon's Amulet, same thing. Alright, this is going to take a minute, but this is the only big silver deposit I've ever found that I can recall. Views still have an impact through it isn't direct monetization. It's true. One of the obvious ones is like on Twitch, when people are browsing, like let's say they're looking at Enshrouded right now. The more viewers you have, the higher you up in the Enshrouded category. So if I did do this, and hang on, let me pause this so it's not ticking down. Do that, and nope, that's not it. Hang on, I pulled up a user named Enshrouded apparently. Okay.